Hi everyone, Karen Ann here from the Cut at Home design team. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks for coloring snowman. And I use the Joy Claire Cozy Snowman Wishes stamp set on several cards. I love this stamp set. It's got these really adorable snow people. And then it's got several sentiments. And for my first card, I actually didn't do a snowman. I just used one of the sentiments just to show you how versatile this set is. These are old Spellbinders snowflakes. I think this is from 2011 or something. The paper here is from the Sparkling Poinsettia Heartfelt Creations Sparkling Poinsettia set. And I just love the way this turned out. I added some fibers and twine and a button, and it's very pretty. But to get to the real meat of today's video, let me get to my snow people. The paper on this one is Graphic 45, A Christmas Carol, which has been discontinued, but there's still, I hear, are some sets at Cut at Home, so you better get to them. I colored this snowman up with my Copic markers, and you can see that I actually colored a little bit of the snowman on the edges using a Copic C1. Just to give him a little dimension, because otherwise the snow part of the snowman is very flat. This is another one of those snowflakes from the 2011 Spellbinder set. The other one I did with Copic markers, I did a little bit differently, and I hope you can see, but there are little dots, both in C1 and C3, around the base and around his face. It gives it a little more of a vintage look. That I layered up on this beautiful sparkly paper and added some lace. Very cute. The final card, I actually started to color in advance, and it's using both of the snow people, and they look like they're reaching out. And what I did with this one is I used some watercolor cardstock, a water pen, and then I just used my Tim Holtz Distress ink pads for the ink. The heart and her little button on her hat is from Fired Brick. The cheeks are done with Victorian velvet. The buttons on both of their jackets is Vintage Photo. Her jacket, his scarf, is with fossilized amber. And then his jacket, her hat, and scarf are done with tea dye. And what I do to color the snowman part, I'm using some Hickory Smoke Distress ink. It's one of my favorite colors, and I make sure that brush is nice and wet because I don't want to add a lot of color. Get some going here, and then just right around the edges here, just pull in, and it adds that little bit of dimension that the snow needs, or else it looks very flat. And that's a very wet brush. I don't want it quite that wet. And then I'm going to do the same on her face. And when it dries, as long as I don't get too much on there, blot it off with my finger, you get the look that is on his face, and his body, which is dimensional. I'm going to layer this card up on some pretty Graphic 45 A Christmas Carol paper, and then I'll add some ribbon and twine once it dries, and that's my post for today. For more information on these products, or for more inspirational ideas, be sure to check out the Cut at Home blog at www.cutathome.com/blog. Stay crafty.